Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
We can't be managed. I mean, the day just got away from me.
What's up, Gigglemeisters?
Ooh.
Today.
Yeah.
I could literally fart into the microphone. You'd be like, oh, yeah, that was good. That was a good
And
one.
that's called hyping your friends up.
We have an episode today. Sorry for dropping the F-bomb so early, but I'm feeling it.
I am too. I love looking at our shared note of like things that we both write. And when I write something and you write ha 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 after, it just gets me going.
Also, there's no organization to any of it.
It's random thoughts.
And that's how life is.
Yeah.
It's just, we're just leaves blowing in the wind.
It's our shared note is a stream of consciousness.
It's the Bible of giggling.
Mm-hmm.
First note.
Yeah.
Artful nudes.
I have a lot of thoughts. First, I want to know, why is this on the notes? What prompted you?
Desmond is in Ireland, and I need to remind him.
Wow, I forget his name is Desmond, which I love that name. I dated a Desmond one time.
Really?
Yeah, he was Irish.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah, I was like a freshman in college, I think.
I don't think Des looks like a Desmond. He looks like a Ryan or like an Aiden or like a...
Yeah. No, I think he's very much a Des.
Okay. Yeah. But it's annoying where you go, everyone thinks it's like Des or Des. It's a little annoying. I don't want to do that to my kid. I want to be a simple name. That's what parents don't think about. They'll name their kids these like fancy cool names that no one can spell or pronounce. Then the whole rest of their life is them just repeating their name to people.
Do you like your name?
No.
Really?
I don't.
Like when you were younger, did you go through that phase where you're like, Mom, I'm changing my name?
When I was in college, I did it.
What did you, right, I kind of remember this. What did you want to change it to?
Because no one in the Midwest could pronounce Hannah. They all were like, Hannah? And I was like, Hannah. And they were like, Hannah? And this would happen every Starbucks, every place I would go where I had to say my name.
It's not that, like, of a crazy name.
They go, you mean Hannah? Hannah?
Hannah.
Let's get hammered.
I had one of my best friends in high school. Her name is Megan. Okay, very normal name, Megan.
Yeah.
And my dad would always say, Megan. And it used to drive me nuts.
Okay, well, that's a dad thing where they have to mispronounce everything.
Yeah, he'd always say,
is
little
kind of
Megan's
adorable.
coming over. I'd be like, her name is Megan. Like,
my dad would make up nicknames for my friends. He thought it was funny. And I was like, because you don't know their names, Dad. And you've known them for 10 years.
oh my God, my dad did too. Like my friend Stephanie, she's blonde, and he'd just call her Blondie. And I'd be like, her name is Stephanie, and she's had dinner here 5,000 times.
I wish my parents called me Lucy, my first name. I want to name my daughter Lucy, but then Des said we can't because his friend in Ireland's daughter's Lucy, and I'm like, is that how that stuff works?
Okay, those two
like, I don't know
will
them.
never meet.
Exactly. It's like if I live my life not doing things because someone did it once.
No, you've always wanted to name your daughter Lucy. You have to do it.
How are we talking about naming my daughter and artful nudes in the same sentence? How did we get here?
Okay, so why was Artful Nudes on the list?
Okay, so Des is in Ireland. This is the longest we've gone without seeing each other since the pandemic, since we met.
Okay.
We've been on top of each other. And I was like, you know, like you look in the mirror sometimes and you're like, okay, you look like a mole rat. But sometimes you look in the mirror and you're like, wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
But with nudes, I have a creative side to me, you know?
Okay, interesting. I wasn't
like,
expecting
I actually
this.
want to send you this nude.
Yeah,
so
do
you
it.
understand. Okay, I just want to sext you right now. I'm like really proud of
This
it.
is epic.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
This is OnlyFans.
This is only giggles. Only giggles should have been our Patreon name. Whatever. Okay. And also question: when you take nudes and you send them to a guy, do you quickly delete them?
It depends. Like, yes, usually, because I feel like I hand my phone to people all the time and are like, oh, look at this picture or something. And I'm just like, I I don't need you seeing my whole ass.
Yeah, I
right
just
now.
triple checked that I sent it to you and not someone else. Okay, it's currently sending.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
So what I did is we have this big mirror, and I wanted, it's like slowly going. I wanted to take it in the mirror, but then I realized that like there was also a shadow of me in the wall next to it.
Artsy.
And I was like, wait, in the shadow you could like kind of see my nipple, but then in the mirror you could kind of see my butt. And then I literally did a full-on artistic creative shoot. Did he appreciate it to the extent he should have? No.
Right. Okay, just got your nude.
Oh my god.
My god, Hannah. This should be framed and put in the Guggenheim.
What do you really think?
It's so artsy and so cool. Do you want to know something? I was seeing girls on Instagram doing this whole shadow thing, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do that so bad. First of all, your ass looks so good.
Oh my god.
Wait,
so
this is
also,
amazing.
There's no nipple in it. There's no like, you don't see any crevices. What is the word? You don't see any labia. You just see a curvature of the butt and a shadow of the neck.
You have a great ass. You really do.
Oh my god, thank you. It's solved like most of my problems. But also some days like your ass is, people don't talk about it. You have bad ass days where your ass just forgets to wake up sometimes. But that day,
I totally know what you're talking about. I might make this the picture for when you call me.
Also, real friendship is sending each other your nudes.
I've sent one time I sent a nude to a guy that was not me. Like, I texted one of my girlfriends and I was like, yo, can you send me like like one of your ass shots that like could possibly be me? And she was like, sure. And she sent it to me, and then I sent it.
Wait, you nude fished a guy?
Yes.
You nude fished him.
You like would never be able to know.
I think guys do that with dicks all the time. I think guys will Google dick photo and send it.
Here's the thing with like getting dick pics. I haven't gotten one in a while. Mm-hmm. I think guys send videos a lot more. Like, I get a lot more videos than I have gotten. One time, like, I would get unsolicited ones. One time, I got a full jerking off video from a guy that I was not talking to. Like, this was just like a random thing. He was literally jerking off in the video. And I was like, is that coconut oil? Because what are you using? And he was like, actually it was. Thank you for noticing.
Swipe up.
Yeah. And this was way before that like coconut oil video.
Yeah.
This was like years ago. This is like almost 6 years ago. I got a random bit. I was just like, good for you, dude.
Wow. Do you ever put your face in it?
Oh my god. Okay, here's the thing that I feel about sending pics and videos. I used to be very against it. Like, you would not catch me sending a picture ever. Mm-hmm. Let me preface this with first, I feel like I am very conservative in certain like conversations, and then there are certain things that I'm like, pop off, girl. So like,
yes.
In terms of a tasteful nude, like, will you ever catch me doing like a nude photo shoot? Probably not. Like, it just doesn't sound like something I'd ever want to do.
Some girls, they like feel really empowered or like from like celebrating this. I feel like I'd be awkward.
I just feel like I would be weird. Like, I would just be like, what do I do with my legs? Like, I don't know. But
you're like, I can't do a swipe up in this.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like, what would happen?
No outfit dudes?
Yeah. I think maybe it's because I love clothes so much. I'd be like, it's just me. Like, who wants to see that?
Your nudes are sending guys your outfits, and they're like, this isn't. You're like, but this gives me orgasms. They're like, we don't. This is weird.
If my boyfriend or fiance or husband or whatever wanted like a full calendar of me and just like slutty pictures like once a month, I would do it. Yeah.
Go off.
Bet your bottom dollar.
Well, there's something about knowing that this specific guy who you like wants it.
Also, long distance. If you're doing long distance, you have to. I think that if you guys can both satisfy each other over FaceTime, you're built to last. Built to last.
That's a hot take.
It is a hot take because like there have been multiple times where I maybe have been like someone whatever and they're like, yeah, like do you like this? And I'm like, bro, if you only knew the chips I'm eating on my couch right now, like no. But I've also like FaceTimed with people and been like I have to really like you. I have to really like you to give you like a FaceTime like that.
You're so right. And also furthermore is if you can do that on FaceTime and then also then like make each other laugh and just talk until you fall asleep.
Yes. The best part about a FaceTime is the 30 seconds after that you're both like, well, that was weird.
I'm sweaty.
That's my favorite part is like, wow, we're a couple of freaks.
I think I talked about this on Call Her Daddy. And I'm going to say this because you guys know I'm a prude little bitch. But one thing that's really good for FaceTime, because it could be kind of awkward. You're like, where do I put the FaceTimes? Like, where do I put the phone?
Where do you put the phone? Because if you lean it up against like a pillow or something, they can't hear. It's a whole thing.
Oh my God, it's a whole thing. You're so right. Or like you don't like the angle and you're distracted by
and you're like, oh my God,
your face looks.
Yeah.
Okay, this is always going to look hot. I don't care if you love your ass, if you don't love your ass is always going to look amazing. You put the phone, you will shut the toilet.
Okay.
Put the phone facing up on the toilet.
Okay.
And then literally just like go above it.
Wow. Okay.
And you could like show your boob, but there's something also it's powerful.
It is powerful.
Because you're like, it's like you're about to sit on his face.
Do you send? Okay, here's a question.
This is so not a conversation for a public podcast, and we're like, let's get deeper.
Do you send a picture? Just like send it. Like I'm just gonna send this risky text or like this risky picture, or is it him being like, babe, send me a pic?
He's never asked me for a pic.
Okay, interesting.
It's something like I knew he was into me and I felt like I was like giving him a gift.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hot when guys are like, I want to see a pic of you. But if you're not that into them and they're like, send me a pic, you're like, that's how you know if you like someone. If they say send me a pic and you're like, go for yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. Or you're like running to the bathroom. I've sprinted. Like, oh my God, hold on. I had a boyfriend one time where like we hadn't seen each other, whatever, and I sent an unsolicited pic. I wasn't naked or anything. I just looked really, like my ass just looked really good.
Yeah.
I think maybe I had a bathing suit on or something. I don't know, whatever. And the response back was like, sick or like awesome. And I was just like, I can't. And then recently I sent a pic to a boy that I really like. And in that moment, I realized I really like him because the response was like, I had just given him $1 million. He was like, you don't understand. I love it. Like, it was just.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, not that we have male listeners, maybe a couple, but do you have any advice for like guys to take a hot pic back? Because there's nothing worse than you putting together a beautiful, artsy, tasteful nude, and then he comes back with some like, or sometimes guys try to be, and it looks stupid.
I think it all depends on if the girl really likes you or not. If I really like you, you could send me the douchiest picture ever.
You're
like
right.
You could send me the mirror pic of you at the gym, and I'd be like, oh my God, I love him. But like, it just doesn't. It's a double standard with girls and guys sending pics. Like, there's no cool way for a guy to send a pic.
I do think videos are better though.
Yeah.
For guys, because like the dick is not aesthetically pleasing. Like seeing your turkey gizzard balls is not gonna like
right.
get me off, but
It's
like
so,
maybe the action of it.
It's so crazy how our bodies are just so much prettier than theirs. Like you want to look at a girl's body. Like I don't really like looking at a guy's body. Like, just doesn't do anything for me.
In Roman times, when they would make sculptures, the woman body was so beautiful, and then they'd make the guy's body and you'd see his little pee-pee and you'd be like,
yeah.
why?
I also like I had this in the notes too. Like guys with six packs, I don't give a. I actually prefer if you don't, because if you have a six pack, I'm only going to put pressure on myself.
Okay, can you please read what the note actually is that made me laugh so hard?
Guys with six packs cheat. They do. They do.
Spitting straight facts.
Straight facts.
If you're not a professional athlete and you have a six pack, what's your problem, bro? Who hurt
like you don't need it.
What are you trying to
it.
prove? Like those guys who are not professional athletes who were like counting their macros and their micros, like what are you running from?
Right. Like you're 35. Let it go. Let it go.
I feel like everyone's gone through a time where they dated the like guy who's all jacked and they care about protein more than you.
Yeah. I could never. I have had multiple boyfriends that are like, I gotta go to the gym today. Like, I gotta go to the gym. Like, and I'm like, we have dinner reservations. What are you talking about? Like,
guys have bad gym anxiety sometimes. Like, if they don't go to the gym that day, they're just monsters.
Yeah, I'm like, you need a Lexapro. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Just one Lexapro.
Like, chill out. Like, no, and I'm not saying, like, I love a guy who's, like, healthy and, like, does his thing. But I want it to be the same way I am. Like, I'll go to the gym every day for a week, and then I'll take 2 months off. You know, and like I need it to be like that kind of relationship where like I know I can sit on the couch with you and stuff my face with popcorn, but
and
also
there's
like
no judging.
No judging.
One's judging.
No.
I love when you were texting me like, oh, I feel so unhealthy, but like not enough to go to the gym.
Right. Like I'm not gonna do anything about it.
It's both for guys and girls, though. Like, I know when I've gotten, like, too obsessed with working out, like, I'm trying to solve a different problem, but I'm like, oh, but if I'm perfect in the gym and my body's perfect, then, like, everything else would be perfect, when realistically, it's like running a marathon. That's just not healthy. That's what... No, first of all, no one wants to hear about your marathon that you ran, but the only reason you ran it was to tell people about it. But it's, like, making everyone miserable around you, and then, like, it's actually horrible for your body.
As I get older, I look at like fitness and health so differently. Like I used to only go to the gym because I wanted to look good naked. I didn't give up if I was like healthy or not. I just wanted my like ass to be tight and like my stomach to be flat. Now I care a lot more about like I get stressed out if I don't like drink my probiotic drink in the morning. Like then I do if I do like 5 squats.
You'll be blocked up.
Right.
If you don't.
And I think it also really depends on like the person that you're with. Like I have had boyfriends and like been having with them and they don't say anything about my body and I'm just like, how dare you? And then I've had boyfriends that are like, I am obsessed with just like your body, and that just makes such a difference.
And also if they judge their own body, they'll like be judgy with your body, and that's their own, they're projecting on you.
I have realized that like guys need compliments just as much as we do.
They do.
They really do. They're just sensitive babies.
Going further, because we're here.
Yeah.
I've been recently working on this joke about how, like, I want more realistic in movies. Like, not like life of girls, like, coming in a second and guys, like, not even, like, guiding the dick in and just, like, thrusting and the dick, like, finds it perfect.
Right.
Or, like, breaking everything, ripping clothes. Like, that's not sustainable.
I have never broken one thing.
Never.
Never.
Never. I mean, like full-on lamps people are breaking. Like, that's just expensive, especially from C2.
I had a guy rip my shirt one time, and let me tell you, I raised hell. I was like, how dare you? How dare you?
Like, that ends the mood. If someone broke something, I would be like, okay, that's too far. Why are you being so dramatic?
I was like, and now I have to sew these buttons on later. And it's all I'm going to be thinking about during this. Like... You know how I feel about my clothes. You did this on purpose.
You're like, you know I'm wearing fast fashion and it's easily ripped.
I was livid.
I was like, I want more realistics in movies. Like a girl riding a guy and she like kind of loses her rhythm and like the dick falls out and she almost snaps it. Like that's the drama that I want. And I started doing this joke. Paige, the reaction's been insane to the point that I'm like, how many dicks are being snapped? Yeah. And no one's talking about it.
A lot.
Like men do not suffer in silence.
No.
No one talks about it, Paige.
It's an accident. You just lose your rhythm, and then it like bends, and you're like, oh
Yes.
my God, I'm so sorry.
And they always are like, ow, 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 ow.
yeah.
But is it that, do they say ow because they're scared that you're going to actually snap it in half?
No,
and
I
like
think it actually
appendix
hurts,
actually
though.
be broken? It hurts, yeah.
I think you could break it. Well, can you? Is it a
That
what
would
is
be
it? Is
so
it a
epic.
muscle?
That would be so epic. Wait.
It's obviously like not a bone.
What is a dick made of?
I don't know.
Cartilage, like your nose? No,
Yeah,
it's not cartilage.
No.
I don't think it's cartilage.
I don't
Because
know.
when it's limp, it's like
mushy.
it reminds me of one of those like sea things at the bottom of the sea.
I don't.
It's like an aardvark's nose.
aardvark? You mean like an aardvark? Whatever. It's like an octopus.
It's like a cat's tail, both out the bone.
Yeah. It's gonna be,
Anyway.
we're gonna have weird thoughts next time we have
I do think snapping dicks is normal, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Normalize that.
But imagine if you were like, oh my God, I snapped a guy's dick last night. Like, that's kind of like cool.
Wow.
Old dick snapper Paige. No, I'm just kidding.
What was the next thing on our list?
Do we want to get into Kanye now?
Let's wait for a little while because I have a lot of thoughts. Let's
a
wait
lot.
till we get into like our pop culture stuff. I've been thinking about Channing Tatum all week because you were like,
Is he growing on you?
no.
I really thought you were going to be like, I'm in love.
No. If anything, it's the opposite.
Wait, why?
I actually think he looks like John Cena.
No. See, this is what I said last week. Everyone sees each other through a lens, and your lens is like putting him in a weird place. Did you see the movie when he does the grind? Did you see Magic Mike?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something else. Male strippers are like guys that like I don't ever want to get a lap dance from a guy. Like, I just don't.
I was just going to say I like his personality.
I'm sure he has a lovely personality. It's more just like if he wasn't Channing Tatum and I just saw him walking down the street, I would be like, yeah, he's cute. But I wouldn't be like, oh my God. Look, my type is brown hair, brown eyes, 2 noticeable red flags, and that's it.
Okay, Channing Tatum or Pete Davidson, who would you have with?
Channing Tatum.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Okay.
Like, so you're just saying like he's not like your top, but you're not saying he's ugly.
Yeah, no, he's not my top, but he's yeah.
Also, what is 9 Perfect Strangers? That's something you watched?
Oh my gosh. Okay, did you ever watch White Lotus?
No, because like enough people were like, I'm not that into it.
Yeah, I was not into it. Okay, so it's basically like that. No, it's not like that, but it's like 9 characters that go to this wellness retreat and
Oh, I need to watch this.
okay, remember I told you it was about Nexium? It's not.
But it's like Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman is basically like the shaman of the wellness retreat.
I'm obsessed.
And everyone has their own like inner demon or like their own story basically. And then each episode is like you get to know each character a little bit more, a little why they're up. And it's very therapeutic even just watching it because it's like, oh wow, everyone holds something in and then naturally it just comes out if you're in this like therapy setting. It's so good. It's on Hulu. I think there's like 5 episodes so far. Watch it. You would like it.
So I was watching Seduced, which is the Nexium documentary about, because the first one, The Vow, is about this mother trying to save her daughter from the Nexium cult. This one, Seduced, is the daughter who got out of the cult, speaking from her perspective. The mom introduced the cult to her, not knowing it was a cult. Like she was like, we should go to this like executive learning program where it like helps you overcome stuff. Like it gets people who are in a vulnerable situation who want answers to the meaning of life, and though there's no answers, they find a community, and next thing you know, you're sucking dick.
The only wellness retreat I think I'd ever go on is one that like Gwyneth Paltrow's throwing. You know, like
I'm not gonna lie. After Summer House, I straight up was like, I was looking for like spas, like relaxation spas.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I was like, do I need a silent retreat?
Do you know who has been begging me to go to a 10-day silent retreat?
Who?
Dominique. She wants to go to one so bad.
I mean, I think she can handle it. I feel like you could if they let you have your phone.
Right. I heard that the easiest part is being silent. Like after 2 days, you don't even realize that you haven't spoken, and like, but you eat every meal in silence with other people. Like I just don't. I would laugh.
I wonder
feel
how
like
it
I would
changes
just
you. I was
laugh.
about to say I couldn't do it with you because
No.
we would get the giggles.
No way. I could never. Any situation when we have to be quiet, I can't do it with you. I'm not doing it.
We would get kicked out
So quickly.
Well, I really want to watch 9 Perfect Strangers because
No,
I'm
you have
really on
to.
this like anti-wellness kick where I think the wellness industry is just
They're exploiting us.
it's diet culture now
Yeah.
rebranded into being like wellness, and it's like shut up.
Remember when I used to drink chloroform? Remember when I used to drink chlorophyll?
Speaking of, I asked the gigglers. This is great. We have the Giggly Squad is its own wellness retreat.
Yeah.
Because I asked gigglers what their biggest fears are. Because I think it's therapeutic to say what your biggest fears are out loud, and then you're like, that's kind of weird, and then you move on. But also just to see that everyone is scared, and also to remember to not let your fear control you, and to not make decisions off of fear. Okay, first one, squirrels.
That is a very interesting one. What about them? Are they like that it's going to attack you?
I know. I mean, there are squirrels with rabies, but I still feel like you could take the squirrel. Like if a squirrel and I went head to head.
Yeah.
I'd pick the out of it.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'll punt them. Like I'm fine with squirrels.
But also, squirrels get so much more love as opposed to rats just because they have fluffy tails. And I feel like that's just another example of like pretty privilege, you know? Just because they have a blowout on their tail.
Oh my God, there's like a whole underground rat convention that's like, we're beautiful too.
Pink tails are cute too. Someone goes, being married to someone who doesn't like podcasts. We don't have to listen to it with them.
I actually advise against it.
Especially your family, like if there's children listening. Someone said this is interesting. There's been a lot of dying alone fears.
Wow. Dying alone, like, question though, dying alone, like you have no significant relationships, or you're like in your bed and you're like happen to be by yourself that day and you just die.
I think they mean like dying alone, like being single, and it made me feel weird
Oh.
because maybe it's because I'm in a relationship right now, but that sounds kind of peaceful. Like maybe because I have it, I'm not like, oh, I want it, but like, what am I trying to do when I'm 85?
I had my psychic reading last night.
Oh my god!
Okay, let's finish this and then I'll get
let's
into
finish
it. Because,
this and-
yeah.
Pushing a child out of my body.
I'm scared of that, but it's not like one of my biggest fears. Like I'm scared in terms of like that's going to hurt so bad, but I'm not too scared that I'm not going to do it.
Well, it's funny because you're like, how bad could it hurt if literally so many women have done it? And like, I know some friends who have pretty low pain tolerance, you know?
Yeah. Like pump me with the epidural immediately upon arrival. Girls that are like, I want to do it natural, grow up. Literally grow up. When you have a sore throat or like strep throat, you're not like, I'm gonna get over this naturally. Like, no, shut up and take the medicine. Like, it's not the 1700s.
Okay, someone said their biggest fear is gingers.
It's so mean.
Someone said taking a nap and my manager is calling me on Zoom. I get that.
Yeah.
Convicted of a crime I didn't commit.
That's, oh my God, I identify with that one. I'm always scared about getting in trouble for something I didn't do.
Or like being framed.
Yeah, being framed. My mom is very against 23andMe because she thinks someone's going to get my DNA and frame me for something.
And she's like, "You're Italian. What do you want to know? You're Italian. How much more obvious can it be?" Oh, this is funny. I mean, it's not really funny, but the shower collapsing beneath me and winding up naked and wet on my downstairs neighbor's floor.
That's very intricate.
I feel like that's the beginning of a porno.
Crazy.
See,
Never
another
gonna
girl
happen.
said, "Being old and outliving my future husband, how sad and lonely." See,
But at that point also, like, you will have children. You will have
Yeah.
grandchildren. Like, it's going to be so sad that, like, yeah, your best friend. Actually, I'm scared of that too. Like, I want to go on the same. I want to be like, babe, if you're going, I'm coming with you. I don't know who's in heaven, who's going to be looking at you. You said forever.
you said forever, now I take it. Okay, men who wear white pants.
Terrifying.
Don't go to the Hamptons. Don't go to the Hamptons. Holes in things.
Sierra has this too.
Kendall Jenner has this too. Wait, is Sierra real with it? Like, you've seen her react?
Yep. Every time I have an espresso martini and their little beans are in it, I take a picture and send it to her just to.
She freaks it out.
Yeah.
People don't like pancakes, how there's like little holes in pancakes,
Yeah.
like air holes. They don't like that. Having ugly children.
Yeah, I'm scared of that too. I'm going to tell you something. It's very rare that I see a baby and I'm like, that's a cute baby. And
I see babies and I'm like, that's a 42-year-old man in a baby's body.
Yeah, like I literally know 2 babies in the past year that I've seen that I'm like, that's a cute kid. I would take that kid. not abducted.
I had like a real bonding sesh with a kid recently playing in the water, and I was like, I'll take this kid. Like, I'll foster this kid.
Yeah.
And then give it back in a couple years.
Yeah, I'll treat this kid as my own.
My hands smelling like keys/coins.
Interesting.
Belly buttons and ostriches. I can't read. Ostriches. How do you say that?
Ostriches.
Ostriches. Ostrich.
Belly
It's a
buttons
CH
and
though.
ostriches.
Yeah.
Belly buttons is a common thing. Actually, I was hanging out with Craig the other weekend or the other week, whatever, and you can't touch his belly button.
Oh, I don't like when people touch inside my belly button. I don't mess with that.
It like makes him freak out because he said he had a teacher or something that said like, if someone touches your belly button, like you die or something. I don't know, something crazy. So he has this weird thing. So
Like, it's a robot with a button.
yeah.
There was a comic last night who had a whole bit about, like, if you put your finger in your belly button and it doesn't smell bad, you're not human.
That's so bizarre. Remember when I went through the whole situation where my earring holes like just smelled so bad?
Yeah.
That was a tough couple weeks.
Fun fact about me, I hate my cuticles and my earlobes smell weird.
What is your biggest fear, Hannah?
Oh, God. Why do you have to do me like that?
Sorry, I'll do mine.
Okay, my biggest fear is I'm overall just scared about, just like more existential, like not being as happy as I want to be.
Mm-hmm. Like not being fulfilled.
Just like I was reading this thing about people who regret things when they're dying and they're just like not letting myself be happier.
Right. Like being too stressed out, being too hard on yourself.
When I don't need to be.
Right.
And like, because even if I think about my childhood, like with tennis and how intense it was, I was like, bitch, you didn't have to be so hard on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I could have literally had fun and the results might have even been better.
And like enjoying the moment and the journey.
Exactly. But this comes with age and wisdom.
I try and remind myself of that a lot.
Yeah, it's about the journey. Because as me and you know, people who are in the entertainment industry, it's very crazy. And you're going to get things, you're going to lose things.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is whenever I get something, it's fun for like a second. And then you're still yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Like you're still left with the same
Right.
that you have to work out. Like no accomplishment is actually going to fix the internal.
Right. That's why we have therapists.
Yes. What's your biggest fear? Having ugly children?
No, because that's an easy solution. They're up for adoption. I have two. One, I'm scared of like being taken. Like I'm scared of being abducted, murdered, like a classic situation of, they can't find me.
You're like, I'm kind of the perfect person to be abducted.
I mean,
adorable.
I don't want to say it, but I am small. And it would be quite easy to take me. And so I'm very scared of it.
See, I'm sturdy. Like, I have a good core, and I would be like, you're not, what, are you going to pick me up?
Like,
No.
any parking lot I'm in by myself, I think about it. I'm like,
This is it.
you could scoop me up right now. Who would notice? And then I'm very scared of the human brain. Like, I feel like there's just so much they don't know about the human brain, and and it really scares me. And I'm scared that, like, what if one day you just wake up and you're crazy?
I feel like you have these moments a lot where you think you've lost it.
Yes, I do. I have called my mom before and been like, I think I'm the type of person that, like, I could get pushed to a point and I could just lose it. And she goes, oh, I really don't like when you say that to me.
Well, but you're right. And what I realize is I think everyone has a point where they lose it.
Yeah.
Any human can be pushed. I was actually talking to this guy who works at a psych ward in Houston when I was in Texas. And I was like, tell me something interesting about the psych ward that, like, most people don't know. And he's like, it's literally the most normal people that just got pushed to the edge.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like family, friends, like it's people I know who are just like going through a really tough situation that they like can't cope with. And obviously there's genetics involved, but like even if you think about people who become homeless, I remember my grandpa told me once, he's like, they're former astronauts, politicians, so like it's not a certain kind of person.
I'm scared of just losing my mind one day.
Also, I have a friend who's gone to a psych ward, and I realized how it's not normalized. And I realized, like, I wish it was normal for someone to be like, hey, I'm going to go 3 weeks, just, like, work
Check
on my
myself
psyche.
in.
Yeah. Like, I feel like more people would do that if it was considered normal.
No, I wouldn't. Because I feel like if I was around...
Girl Interrupted?
Yes. I feel like if I was around crazy people, I would just get more crazy. Or
But,
would you be like, wait, I'm really,
no.
I'm not crazy.
I'm
realize
envisioning
I'm not.
some like Succession, like you go and it's like pools. I mean,
We
it's
just talked
fancy.
about how we're done with wellness retreats, and now you want to go to.
Okay, clearly all I want to do is go to a wellness retreat.
I think we should go on one. I think we should host one. Dude, imagine if we
Giggling
hosted.
Squad wellness retreat. Shut
Yeah.
up.
But it's like our kind of wellness retreat where it's like we have like a movie night. Like it's literally just
Stop.
like wholesome.
Oh my god. And there's like a skincare, like 4 hours.
We
of
all get
skincare if you want.
facials.
Everyone gets facials.
It's literally
lot
a
of shit
bachelorette
talking.
party, but it's a wellness retreat. Because
Wellness
maybe one time we do yoga. We have one workout class.
Or we play tennis, but it really consists of you just taking photos of your outfit.
Exactly.
I'm obsessed.
Wow, we're planning that. We're doing that. We should do it in the spring.
We should, and I feel like we could get a hotel
That
to
would
like be
yeah.
down, and like, oh my, I can't breathe. Anyway, okay, this is amazing. Wait, this is so exciting. Tampon getting lost in my crotch.
I'm scared of that. Yeah, I'm scared of toxic shock. I one time had my period. I think I was in high school. And I went to go put a tampon in. And I was like, why the is this not going in? Like, what is happening? I realized I had a tampon in already. And I was like, wait, when did I put this in? And it was in there for like a full 48. And I was like, I could have died of toxic shock syndrome.
Yeah, I have a friend who like somehow got 2 in and didn't know.
Yeah.
And was like walking around with 2. This is stuff we don't talk about enough.
No, that's terrifying.
This is my favorite one. Pigeons. They are rats of the sky.
They are. They're disgusting.
They also have like serious attitude problem. No one checks
are.
them.
They're ass.
They don't move. Like
They
your
don't
only
move.
job as a bird is to fly away.
I'm like, get out of my space.
One thing says, if my kids are allergic to my dogs.
Oh, wow.
And then someone wrote, meeting Justin Bieber and him not falling in love with me.
That's, yeah. That is terrifying. I'm really scared of, like, I'm scared of getting married and having the most perfect, like, life ever. And then one day my husband just coming home being like, I'm leaving you. That scares the shit out of me. Like, being, not the, like, change. It's the being blindsided that scares me.
Yeah.
Like, not knowing, not picking up on anything. I'm really scared of that.
Yeah, and then looking back and being like,
did I just miss the signs? And, like, how am I not prepared?
Yeah, but then you'll write a best-selling book and, like,
I
it'll
will.
be good.
Because I feel like I'm the type of person that if I catch on, like, if my husband dare cheat on me, I feel like I'm the kind of person that will catch on first, not say anything, and then plot some sinister.
I did read a tweet that was like, if someone cheats on you, don't just, like, cheat back. Like, wait. Like, let them feel like they got away with it.
I want him to think he's getting away with it. And then me just doing, like, no, like, I would, like, silently move all of our assets into my name. Or, like, I would do crazy and then serve him with divorce papers. Have him sign that it's, like, I control everything. Like, trick him.
But this is
and
the
then
problem.
Be like,
it's a person that you love. And, like, but if they...
But I can switch real quick.
Yeah, you're Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Okay, I'm a little scared.
This is why I'm single, because men are terrified. Terrified to date me. Okay, let's talk about my psychic.
Yes!
Okay. So
Wait, was it good or bad?
Amazing. 10 out of 10. I cried.
Okay, that means you know it was good.
So she's a psychic medium. And my reading was actually a lot more medium stuff than it was, like, future stuff. But, like, I got future stuff, too.
And can you explain what... Well, you'll get into it. What differentiates it?
So a medium is someone that can talk to other people on the other side who have passed away. So I actually have a lot of family members that I was very close to that have passed. One being my mom's mom, my grandma. So she just said things that, like, you could not Google. Like, when it first started, I was like, okay, but, like, maybe she could have Googled that. Then she just started saying things about, like, my relationship with my grandma that, like, you just couldn't look, like, no one would know. For example, when I was little, my grandma had this ring that I loved, and, like, I would always put it on, and I always wanted to wear it. So, like, for one of my birthdays, she got one made for me that would fit my finger. The other day, and I wear it every single day. The other day, I thought I lost it, and I was freaking out, and I couldn't find it for like 3 days. And she said, your grandma wants me to tell you, don't worry, you're not going to lose the ring. You'll be wearing it on your wedding day. Just get something, wear a ring in front of it so that you know it'll never fall off. And, like, if the ring in front of it falls off, fine, you'll always have that. And I immediately started crying because no one knew I lost the ring. Like, it's not like no one would know that.
I have chills.
And then she said that my grandma comes to me through, like, a bird. And the day I moved into my apartment, and I called my dad because I remember telling him this. The day I moved into my new apartment, there was this random bird on my balcony that just wouldn't go away. Like, stayed there the entire day. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, it wasn't a pigeon. It was just like this
You're like,
weird.
I don't want a roommate.
I was like, get out of here. You're ruining my aesthetic. And she said that, like, that was her.
Oh. Did you? I feel like you knew the bird thing in the past, or this is.
I've
new.
gone to mediums before. Like, I really believe in mediums, and they've said things about my grandma that are just, like, too crazy to be, like, made up.
Yeah. Your grandma's chatty. I love it. Whenever a medium comes, your grandma's like, finally, okay, I have things to say.
Yeah, she got on the phone with me and she was like, I just have to tell you that your grandma has literally not left me alone all day because she can't wait to talk to you. It was so crazy. So crazy. future stuff, I have 2 kids. I'm going to have a boy and a girl. We love
Jelly.
them. I know. I'm really excited. I'm going to get married, but not for a while. So we didn't love that. My grandpa went through every single one of my boyfriends. She said she literally was like, named jail guy. And my grandpa was like, get him out of here.
Yeah.
And then like certain people that I've been seeing, he like brought up and he was like, they're fine. You just like, you're way better than them. How crazy. How crazy.
Well,
I wrote everything down too.
As we said in the beginning, it's about the journey. It's not about
right.
You're going to have a wedding day. You're going to have kids. You're going to have it. Who cares? Because it's like, it's about the journey.
Yeah. It's about the journey.
Remember we thought you were going to move to LA? I
am. This is not the first psychic reading that I've had. She said that I don't move, but I do spend months at a time. I will spend months at a time there for work, but I will come back. Yeah. But like for at least like 6 months, I'll have to be there for something work related.
Okay. That's great.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, she talked about past lives too. She said that my brother and I, in every past life, we've been brother and sister.
Oh.
And that's why we're like so close and have this like weird unspoken like
language.
Yeah. And that my parents have been married in multiple past lives. That's why they're so like obsessed with each other.
Did she tell you anything that you were in a past life?
A nun. She said.
Oh my God, is that your like shy side?
She literally said, I was a nun in a past life and I am making up for it in this one. So I think my psychic just called me a whore. But I'm not too sure.
Once someone told me that in a past life I was an Amazon woman, and I was like, that checks out.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
She also said Philly. If I ever have to do anything in Philly, it's a really good luck place for me. I used to live there. Yeah, in a past life, I lived in Philly like during like the Civil War.
Paige.
And like I did a lot of good stuff
Paige,
there.
that's crazy.
Is that crazy?
That's crazy because when the would anyone bring up Philly?
Right. She was like, have you ever been to Philly? I was like, once or twice. And she was like,
You're
if you ever
Hannah
had the
did force me into a Best Western.
Yeah. I was like, I did have the time of my life, but yeah.
Oh my God. Did this have like questions, or did you kind of just let her go, where you just like asked her one and she kind of went?
I kind of just let her go. She, like, the only questions I really had were, like, career questions, which she made me feel, like, very secure about it. And then dating questions. She's like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. But, like, you're not going to get married for a couple of years.
I hate when you go to a psychic and they're like, yeah, you're where you're supposed to be and everything's going to be what it's supposed to be. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I know. I'm like, but like, am I marrying this guy? And she's like, I don't think so.
I'll be like, all this horrible just happened to me, and they're like, yes, that's exactly where you're supposed to be.
No, but it was amazing. I was like more interested in like the medium stuff, and like when she switched from person to person, because like she would like, my grandma would say things and then my grandpa would say things and then one of my uncles would say things. The way she said like things that they were saying gave me such chills, because she talked like the way they would talk to me when they were alive, like the certain words they would use and phrases were so them. And my grandpa used to say to my mom, like when I was really little, that I would smile with my eyes, and like my eyes, like you just look at me and my eyes just sparkle. And she said, your grandpa wants me to tell you, my grandpa's with me the most, that you still smile with your eyes, and you're such a star, like your eyes will just always sparkle. And like no one would know that he said that to me, and like no one
like use that adjective.
Yeah. And like my uncle said that it was like an honor to be my uncle. And like he would say that, like no one, do you know what I mean? Like
yes.
That sentence is just something that like he would say. She also said that I am psychic, which I've had multiple psychics tell me this, and that this was the weirdest one. She was like, you you bought your first crystal, which I did buy my first crystal, and I didn't tell anyone that I bought one.
What kind of crystal did you
I bought
buy?
like a love crystal, and she goes, you actually should buy more because you really are psychic and you're very open to it, and you have an energy that like it really does work for you. And I've been having these crazy dreams recently where like I don't remember the dream, but I wake up and I'm like falling and it just like jolts me back, but like I don't remember what I was dreaming about. So it's not like I was like dying or anything. And she goes, I know that you've been having these dreams. It's because you're like, if you really honed in on being like a psychic or a medium, you could do it, because in your dream you go to the other side and like hang out with them, and then it's you coming back. How weird is that?
Wait, that is crazy.
And she was like, don't be scared of it. You just are like more intuitive.
It's funny because a psychic said to me once that I have intuitiveness to me.
Yeah.
I just that I have too much clutter in my brain.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So then I went in an Uber, and then I was just staring at the guy, and I was like, what is he thinking?
They were like, I am a mind reader.
I know. I was like, I can read your thoughts. Because my friend was like, I can hear people's thoughts. Like, it's nonstop. I could feel what they're thinking. So I just was staring at him, and I was like, and I was like, can't do it.
It's just like a weird, like I do have a gut instinct all the time. And whether I listen to it or not is like my own.
I think one thing that people don't know about me and you is how highly sensitive we are.
Yeah.
We're like, we won't show that side to literally anyone, but maybe like 2 or 3 people in our lives. But like, we're deeply sensitive, and then we know how to like use humor or use like toughness or like or outfits to like protect ourselves from like
absolutely
all the coming at you.
So true. It really is so true.
To wrap this up, because I have to run it. I have a comedy show tonight.
Oh my
in
God,
East Hampton.
it's an hour?
It's an hour, but I
We
just want
chatted.
I just want to say this was a really fun one. I just want to say I did not watch Donda or listen to Donda.
Me neither. We didn't even talk about the court and Travis and
Yusuf.
Eunice and whatever his name is, and Scott.
Do you?
I feel like the media talked about it enough. We don't like.
Yeah, it's like Scott being an idiot. It's not new, but I do think that. Do you think that Kim is getting involved in Kanye's Donda album to kind of get some attention because Kravis has been getting so much attention?
Wow.
Like that whole wedding dress thing, was that necessary?
Oh my God, you've stumped me.
Like, I feel like her doing that, like the rumors, like, are they back together? I'm like, were you just like, oh, I don't have any relationship press for a while, so maybe I'll just up? Or is it her just being like, I'll help promote your album?
I mean, does she know that there's a song on it where he basically admits that he cheated on her?
Well, that's why I'm like, why the fuck would she be a part of that? I heard he just like on the Kardashians the whole time.
We need to listen and make an informed opinion.
Yeah, we are uneducated about this, and when I say let's talk about Donda, I mean let's just admit we didn't listen to it yet. But also, I'm getting 2 reviews. I'm getting A, it's horrible.
Wow.
Like people just being like, stop making music, this is bad, and people being like, great.
Interesting. He's so performative. Look, I think that Kanye West like is very unique. There are sometimes things he says that I'm like, I agree. Like, I agree.
But also, like, there's a lot of things he does that make him extremely unlikable. So I think some people want to hate his music. And then some people are like, oh, it's just ahead of its time. He's a genius. But also, like, people, if you're a genius, like, don't call yourself a genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if I was a genius, I think I would tell everyone.
But also, like, he says he doesn't read books, but he has, like, a lot of opinions on everything. So maybe he is a genius because he didn't have to learn anything.
I feel like that's how we are.
Are we Kanye?
I think
are
we
we
are.
Ye?
I
is
mean,
it Ye or Ye?
I mean, yay. I think Kanye really is a big part of Giggly Squad because we got I Can't Be Managed from his tweet.
Wait.
Like, that's how we got it.
Giggly Squad just went full circle.
Yeah.
Well, we can't be managed. We never will. See you in court. Thank you guys for listening today. This is so much fun.
Also, we have merch coming out.
Oh my God. Housekeeping, yes.
Yes.
The big announcement. We have a new version of See You in Court coming out.
Yeah.
Because you guys
really wanted it. Yeah.
And we were like, how could we not? And I'm really proud of this one. And we have another style.
Yeah, we have another style. And also, we're going to have some really cool, like, holiday merch coming out. And we have another announcement next week that we can't wait to talk to you guys about.
We're so annoying. I have an announcement, but I can't tell you what it is.
Sorry, sometimes I
like,
want to be an annoying influencer.
I mean, yeah, we might as well just dive in. Like, it's so exciting. And
No,
I'm so happy.
Yeah, and like, shh, we can't talk about it yet because, like, you know, it's still in the works, but just let you guys know. Yeah, I want to kill myself right now without saying that. Yeah.
Okay, we love you guys. Thanks for giggling.
Bye.
Bye.